So we had, we started by just framing up these issues. This is what we were doing with you guys with the market sort of earlier, and then we went into some super fast designs, which sort of dealt with some of these things that we thought were really interesting.
So we're trying to kind of take the different characters and maybe imagine something like kind of a uniform for blah blah blah, right? Whatever the character is in the sense.
An example that we talked about was an artist or something in Japan. Here, I'll just let it.
Runs to a building or a street corner. Next, she lifts out a picture of fabric with the Coke machine printed on it and yanks it over her head. And here's where the magic comes in. The camouflage blends into the urban landscape, and the mother continues on.
You know, so that there's a functional aspect to the suit that really responds to the kind of the uncomfortable bench in Los Angeles.
More functional or more, I don't know, but it doesn't necessarily have to be like the you know, wear a machine suit. It can be more kind of functional, more low-key.
We each we're trying to tackle one of these. Basically, when you guys came in, we just kind of started. So we split up into groups of three, and we were each taking on three of these sub-characters within the market.
They can see higher, they can see all the higher, or mirrors or cameras that they can see all around, and secret money pockets to exchange money quietly without anyone seeing.
Type things, so their waste wasn't a problem, or something on their teeth so they weren't biting people, that maybe then they could stay in the market, or if you had a pet, maybe there's some way you can give it like a homing device, or you can give it like a taller presence so that it wouldn't get kind of trampled by the other people.
Together is a useful thing. But it doesn't feel yet as a system of, or as a kind of, they're not yet, if you have 100, they're going to cancel each other out, that's all.
Oh.
Maybe we will just pick some most outstanding characters, because we still have some issues with the probably.
Worry about maybe the outcome will not a functional work or something. It's just some work, maybe decoration.
Came across some memories that our classmates had of the Ferris wheel at Miramar, which is a stop away, but also kind of cultural shopping.
And it's not really a redesigning of the coach, it's like intervention stuff.
When I read it first, it suggested more of an event than
Most of it, yeah, so it's a very different atmosphere. But they have sometimes, the interesting part is they have sometimes underground, but it would go else.
so what about the things that these guys, the projects to try?
So this is just like taking notes, but I think that's if maybe we go to the main character or maybe we have extra people to deal with that. Suggest
obvious one, and we just write that there are some particular ones, but again, don't make this a historical analysis of how.
Yep.
Wanting to do that kind of work, I see a nice synergy there.
We just want to provide an opportunity to meet people. If they really want to meet people, we think that MIT is a good place.
The final presentation is like, now everybody talk to each other. That's it. So why? I mean, you know, you just need to find out that brilliant.
And I think trouble. We have difficult hard ones.
okay, great.
Okay. So.
She just does it so well. Again? I mean, how we define those cluster?
Yeah.
What is the ghost?
What we are saying is basically like, we see ghosts.
To look at actually how they went from the metro, which is a kind of formal way of acting, to the more informal way of the market. So we followed some of them and saw what they did. And we did site analysis, and based on that we found some.
Maybe we should just show those videos to show.
Yeah, well,
let's show those videos first.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was
Of the actual spying videos?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this. Here you go, excellent. Here he noticed. Here he is. He was a flunner in the best sense of the word. Like he really cut it.
Yeah, he stopped to tie his shoe.
And yeah, so then he went back into the dark. Very interesting.
Regardless, the most important on the other side of the street. But that immediate zone, actually closer to the transit, to be much more energized.
Yeah.
Underpass. So we think we can train the interest to make some funny, some under shade.
This is the underpass or the station.
So
Station.
This is
really
station.
on the side.
So whimsical interaction that people can have, but also to make this space more useful. But we
This is some of the demonstration of how to make it. One, and
to make people in the crowd when they notice that they are human beings and like human beings, from human being to human being.
And challenging to figure out how the thing you're wearing is personal until it's not, until it's something else. So somehow the structure of it actually is able to transform it. In the early version of, you might not know this project, but in the early version of Dillard's videos of blur building, do you know about this building? No, you know, but do you know blur building? So it was a building for Expo in Switzerland where they
Every stores they have a sensor too, and then when you wear you have a light map. So where you show something.
Maybe don't need to a store, maybe just some area.
Can learn from Taiwanese garment versus the, is there, I don't know if that's, maybe that's blurring the two too much, but is there then like that symbiotic relationship between the tourist and
busy. We've seen it on a rainy day, at night on a Sunday, and on a Monday morning, which are probably not the best times to see a lot of people there.
Like, some students, they concentrate on how people can interact with the wall. And someone was focusing how can we improve the parks.
Another famous thing he did was build a big stone wall and snaked through a forest, and then dipped into a river, came out the other side, post tap in a pattern with some buttons or something like that, and then that becomes a signal that propagates across different signal towers in the line.
Touching of the walls on both sides. Like in this wall, the condition is extremely difficult.
They're going to go into the park to make sure that they show up on the screen. Right.
The camera is on the other side of the.
It just every time I want to cross a wall, right? I hate to climb the staircase like that.
Kind of drawn them out graphically, so we have things such as initially we're thinking how to bring in awareness. The main goal is to bring in awareness of participating, kind of wishing or thinking where they can either throw things into the wishing pool and so on, but not like
that has its own lighting system. And you'd sort of be treating the trash that you're carrying in your hands.
in the local infrastructure. So, for example, the MRT stops could be places where these things are disseminated or like given. With research that we would conduct, bringing attention, like there would be live feeds. So, we have found out how many trash that is.
Or in some way, in which we would be responsible for giving to them, so that we wouldn't then have to make 10 million LED.
That it's currently solved. And I think that you have elements of that being possible. The idea that you somehow make getting rid of trash.
Waste management takes the trash away from outside the market. Inside the market, they have a whole different system how they organize it. So basically, the vendors pay for bags where they put the trash in, and then there is another organization which cleans up the market.
The government has to take care of it.
But that also requires, that's the current system, but that also requires like the user to carry them all the way, which do make some people feel uncomfortable. So we were trying to find the point where we can make this process interesting, change it, and not to have them feel like they have to carry